Last time you guys got set up through the guild with your reward from your inquiries into what was happening out on the islands, and you were set up with a new establishment. You were calling it the Swift Keep. You had started on breaking in your new abode. There was some crafting done, some smithing from Hesgard. There was some vandalization done from somebody else. Music was played. Gods were prayed to. All in all, it was a good day. You guys decided then to kind of, now that you don't have an immediate goal ahead of you, make your own way, and you started heading out down the road towards Ethan's tract. And on the way, the first night, you met up with a wandering bunch of roaming nomad monks. You shared in some frivolities with them and had a couple drinks. At the request of Wainred, he entered into a fist fight with one of the other monks, a friendly duel. Got his butt handed to him pretty thoroughly, but ended up walking away from it a little bit more experienced in the martial ways, thanks to the encounter. So after that little battle, you guys get a full rest, camping here with the monks for the night. And by the time you guys all wake up in the morning, all of their camping gear and all the evidence that they were ever here is gone, save for some tracks leading down the road from the direction that you guys came. They have left and packed up before the rest of you even woke up today.
Can I investigate around the camp to get an idea of which direction they went?
They actually were.
You can see their tracks are leading back the same way that you guys just came.
Oh, we're kind of just like passing in the night, just taking respite.
Well,
wherever.
now
Yep.
I want to kind of follow them, make sure they don't go to our little hideout.
Yeah, but we're going to Ethan's track though.
Yeah, but I don't trust them anymore.
But why? But our hideout's in a big city, and it's you got your servant guy. He's gonna
Oh,
be
that's
going
right.
there.
Yeah, that's right.
He'll keep shit.
Wilfred will take care of it.
Yeah.
He'll keep everything neat and orderly.
Okay. It's not like this road goes directly to your keep. You went from where your keep is in Hearthmount to the east, like northeastern road. You guys aren't. They wouldn't walk down this road and pass right by your place. And two, it's going to take a little while for Wilfred to get here. He's traveling from another continent. He's just now found out that you're established here, so he needs to gather the appropriate supplies, put things in order, prepare his travel, prepare your sort of, make sure everything's okay legally, maybe transfer some items or some funds. It's a process for him to make the trip.
Is Squire Richard Richardson coming with him?
He is. That was the other person that you had requested attend you in your summons to them.
You have a son?
Oh, he's adopted. If you notice, he doesn't have the name Bruceman. He's a Richardson.
Wainwright, I must confess, you sound like a shitty dad. You're traveling away from your son.
He knows the deal. This is a family of justice. He's taking care of things back in the city I came from. Without me or anyone else watching it, it would tear itself apart.
Oh, he's getting angsty though.
He's getting angsty. He is about that age.
Yep.
All right. Well,
I think the task ahead of us is more important.
The monks did
even my
mention
city.
that Ethan's tract was abandoned,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes abandoned stuff holds maybe
A town abandoned.
The town was supposedly abandoned, but
What was it, decades ago, they said?
Yeah.
Well, we'll scope it out for ourselves, and if not, we have more roads to go down.
Absolutely.
So,
There's no shortage of roads.
did you take your morning glory? Your morning shit.
Oh, dude, I've been shit.
How long have you been traveling, man? You always have to take your morning glory to properly.
I think he's like a rabbit. He just like does it on the move. Yeah, he's just
I'm constantly shit.
he's just walking and pooping.
Little
Little pellets just fall out.
That's why.
All right.
It's
That's why I'm like, I'm using prestidigitation on all of them, making them smell like flowers.
We're collapsing this fucking
thing.
campsite.
I have
and
a little
right
thing
out.
like horses have that tie to the back of their butts, so that when they poop, it just collects it right in that little bag.
You realize we probably have to stop like every fucking half hour to empty your shit
Yep.
bag.
Dude, I just do it as we're walking, man.
I know this.
Do you have a tail?
Do I have a tail? No.
Oh, okay. Because I was imagining like a
Think I'm
hippo.
some sort of freak?
Have you seen those
Oh
hippos?
my god. They just
Those
flail
hippos
the
that
tail
like
to
the
spread
flail the
poop.
tail and just poop and spray it.
That's how they mark
No, but I could
territory.
totally
They just
rig
gotta
up an
fling their shit
apparatus that could
everywhere.
do that. That'd be tight.
I'm not correct.
It'd be like
So-
table tennis with little fucking turd pellets.
I'm gonna cut you off, Bradshaw.
All right, we're heading out.
Yep, we're heading out.
The morning is filled with discussions of pooping in bags, obsessions with justice, an old man being racist towards halflings. It's fun all around for everybody at such an early hour.
Go on. You haven't done your morning ritual.
I did my.
So-
That's it.
I did.
Yeah, you
I
spat.
spat as Ty, but whatever.
No.
Count it as Knox.
I don't know if I can walk.
You guys are continuing down the road towards Ethan's tract still?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I'll trade you.
Okay.
Digestive.
So waking up in the morning, making your way down that same road, you all have your various mounts. Continuing down that road, about 4 or 5 hours, making it 2 or 3 in the afternoon. You continue along the path until you can smell the smell of the scent of a campfire, and you can hear logs crackling, things being moved about off the side of the path. Someone has a small setup nearby, and there's commotion going on, but nothing out of the ordinary sort of commotion. Just the noises of moving and unpacking, things like that.
Is it? It's morning, daybreak.
Mid-afternoon
Yeah.
sounded like.
It's
No, we've been on the road for half the day. It seems like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. I guess coming up to this campsite, you said we just hear kind of people
Packing.
milling about.
Yeah, you hear some sort of like bustling going on. Whoever's in this camp isn't trying to hide what they're doing. They're not trying to remain unseen or unheard or anything. They're just going about their business inside of their camp.
Okay.
Well, I'd like to stealth.
Okay, and we should approach
How?
as we did with the monks.
Yeah. As
So you're on your war horse. What are you going to do to be stealthy?
Did my warhorse gain any respect for me after showing him my grievous wounds and surviving those grievous wounds?
No.
Okay, I guess I probably should just stay with my horse then. Never mind the stealth.
He thinks like it's one thing to take a lot of wounds, but when you get beat around like a dirty dish rag, it doesn't matter how grievous the wounds are or how well you take them. You still got your ass handed to you.
you gotta take a bullet for him.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, I'll ride in with the horses.
Yep. Following Waynard.
Dead ass right behind.
My baby old Clydesdale's clippity clopping.
I guess coming into the campsite. Hello, anybody here?
And you don't see anybody immediately. You still hear a little bit of movement going on, and a few moments after you call out, you see somebody come around from the backside of one of the tents.
Hello. Greetings.
And as you guys advance forward closer to the camp, go ahead and make me a perception check, everybody.
All right.
Okay.
Roll of the day.
Deception or
Perception.
Oh, watch out. Oh, hold up. Verify.
Oh,
Dude, I'm just not perceptive.
oh, that 20, homie.
Natty 20, total of 22. 23. Natural 20.
So all of you approaching the camp, you see this person come around the side of the tent. The two people to pick up on who this is, you guys recognize the long flowing robes, the elegant jewelry adorning the hands and neck, the sweat on the brow and the signs of fatigue of a long day's work, but a jovial look on the face as he recognizes you as well. And you hear a hearty, "Hello!" as you see that this is Shay the Broken.
Shay, my good man, how are we doing today?
Hello to you too. Such a coincidence to be seeing you again so soon on these roads. How are you?
Oh, I am doing just fine.
Are you laughing, Wainred?
It's great to see you again, my
Giggling
fine
to
sir.
myself.
How has the travels been for you?
Oh, things are good. Things are good. Business has been very well for me. Many people stopping by. Yes. Some weirdness happening with the people up in the islands. Something weird in the night sky. A few nights ago, I noticed. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty strange.
Yeah, that was us.
What?
We were up there on some
Just
mission,
pull mine
on
all
some
the way down a
important
little.
information gathering ourselves. We were on task from the guild. We actually joined them after meeting you. So, yeah, I mean it was pretty exciting up there. A lot of red in the sky.
Yup.
A lot of justice
A lot of justice.
dealt out.
A lot of scary.
It was indeed quite a sight, but I'm surprised you saw that here as well.
Oh, yeah. I see a lot of things all over the place. Well, it sounds like you have been working hard, maybe getting into some things that maybe you haven't should have been, maybe, yeah?
It was a contract from the guild, so
Yeah,
Well,
it was
yeah.
official work.
I mean,
Shot him.
there is something to be said about being in the wrong place at the wrong time, but
Mm-hmm.
Or the right place at the right time.
well, I don't think that was the case though. Then, but
Someday, maybe.
I believe that Wainwright, the item that Shay had sold to us, that turned out to be something actually of note.
the canine.
Yes. It turns out it was a transformative item. I guess you jam it in your mouth and you grow fangs and you can bite people and do all kinds of shit
I mean,
with it.
I don't know if you need to put it necessarily in your mouth.
Jam it in your mouth. That's all stands.
No, to be clear, you would speak a command word to activate the item. You don't have to jam the tooth up into your gums every time you want to use it.
I wanted to
Damn
like
it.
attach it to my mouth though, make my teeth grow that way.
Well,
That's not
all
how
the
teeth work.
all the same.
To each his own.
You do have a key. You seem to have a keen eye for artifacts of hidden potential. Don't suppose you perhaps have something else that you might be willing to part with?
Well, if one keeps their eyes open over the years, they're bound to run into something once in a while. I just happen to be more perceptive than others sometimes. Let me see if there's anything else I might have. What would interest you? Give me your own moment.
Oh well, we are making our way across the countryside, trying to spread the word of our fantastic team here, and anything that could really boost our legend.
All the way up.
Our bard here certainly is capable of doing that with his fine tunes, but
Yeah.
you know,
I'm not in it for the glory.
Well,
You did it all for the nookie.
I
I do
don't
it all
know
for
what
the
that means,
justice.
but anything that you might have for sale, I mean, we could maybe be the judge of its worth. You know, you seem like an upstart fellow.
More like a down stop.
And he's listening to you over his shoulder as he's now turned away from you, bent over next to one of the tents, searching through a pile of various small chests and boxes and jewelry cases. He's looking for something as he's listening to you, nodding his head. One of you, whoever you'd like it to be, roll 1d4, please.
I'll do it.
Do it.
Sure.
I'll do it.
It's Too much pressure.
I'll take the ring to Mordor.
In the middle of the road. Tell my wife I said hello.
Okay, and he turns around and he takes out of a small cloth sack what looks to be just a plain, normal hempen rope. It looks like there's about 50, 60 feet of the rope itself, and he takes a small length of it from the coil and just brings it out in a length in front of him to show it to you. And he says, "Unlike the last time, I know just what this is. This is a rope of climbing. You simply must say the activation word, and the rope will attach to any distant place you might want it to, all on its own. Gives you advantages on climbing it. It can be very helpful in many situations."
You barely can hide your grin behind the salmon.
Everyone can see the smile forming on my face at hearing how amazing this goddamn rope is.
It's like when you see Richard Richardson walk out of the shower.
No. How much for this incredible magic rope?
He becomes the winged knight.
I think we'll just charge you the same as last time. How about that? 250 gold, I believe it was.
It's unfortunately too rich for my blood right now.
What do you have?
85.
85?
Do you really want this?
What if I trade in my rope? How much would you knock off the price? It's just a regular old rope, same length.
Like
I'd like to upsell it.
nothing. He doesn't want your rope. He's got plenty of it.
I bet
What if
236.
He's not here to make a trade. He's here to make gold.
Because I don't really see myself using that.
You don't want to use the rope?
No, the Fanged Fury.
Well, I mean,
So
we
switch
got it from him, so I doubt he's going to want it back.
But now we know what it is.
But,
Or he
well,
knows
then
what
we
it is
could
too.
potentially sell it to somebody else in town.
True.
So, how much gold do you got?
236.
236?
Yeah. 216.
216? Alright,
How much do you have?
I got 110.
We're the rich
I
boys.
bought a bunch.
So what's...
Well,
I bought a bunch of crap too.
First of all, what is it divided by 4? 62 each?
62 each.
63 each. How much did you have, Sean?
85.
85.
Yeah.
So would you be able to do that?
Oh yeah.
So you're 62 or 63 each? 62 each. It's 62.
I mean, if you
it's
want-
62.5 each.
Yeah. Well, it's 63 gold.
each.
We'll say 6.
Okay.
So yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
We'll all chip in.
I'll pay you guys back.
It's for the benefit of.
It's for the good of the group.
Yeah.
Yes.
We collectively pool our resources together, and we get Wainwright a nice little tie me down.
All right, so you all kind of discuss for a moment, confer with each other. Some gold trades hands to come up with the total amount needed to pay for this item. And with a sheepish kind of look from Wainwright, the rest of you concede to chip in for this little bauble to help ease him right now. So you all chip in for this item, handing your gold over to Shay as he smiles, thanks you, and puts it in a middling-sized chest, heavy iron bands on it, and locks it immediately after placing the gold inside.
Okay, and I guess I'll stuff the rope of climbing into my backpack. Or my utility pack.
So, Shay.
Okay.
What travels are you headed towards now? Are you heading to Homestead or perhaps somewhere else of worth?
As of now, I have no destination, just putting distance behind me of where I have just left, and wherever I end up next, only the world will know. Go where the wind takes me at this moment. I have no urgent, pressing matters.
Fair enough. question. Have you ever been to Ethan's Tract before?
Yeah, I've been there. I've been there 4 days ago.
What did you think of the place?
Oh, sorry.
How did you find the place? What condition was it in?
It's in good condition. It's held up well over the years. Quite lonely though. Oh, not funny. Okay. Yes, not many people around from what I could see. There were a few miscreants and the people living without the homes. A few wild animals running through, but nothing out of the ordinary from what I could tell.
Okay.
Yes.
We were thinking about traveling that way and perhaps seeing if any assistance was needed rendered or maybe some adventuring was to be had. Anything that you maybe had seen there that might be a worthwhile venture?
I'm not the adventuring type. I don't have the stamina for it. Not anymore, at least. I don't think that there's anything nefarious there. There's no big old monster for you to be slaying, but if you were to search around, you might find something. There's always something hidden underfoot. Look on this rock here, that bridge there. You find a little troll, you find a little treasure, what have you.
Here's an important question.
What?
What's the command word to activate the rope?
Go, go, gadget, rope.
Please make it that. Please make it that.
I am the
Did you
knight.
ask him?
Yeah.
He doesn't know. You'd have to spend a little bit of time with it to figure that out.
Okay.
Is it in the? It's probably not.
It's not in the description.
Oh well, I mean, if it's a Wonder Center, usually you might have to spend some time just to learn more about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to attune to it, but spending some time with it one-on-one will diverge a little bit more of what this thing is.
So, Shay, in the future, if perhaps you find yourself in possession of, say, an artifact of worth, or maybe find out a little, you acquire some items worth trading, perhaps you could visit our hall in
Keep.
Homestead. One of the nice things about joining the guild is we have acquired ourselves a little keep, and you always seem to be on the up and up, and I think we could develop quite the lucrative rapport.
Yes.
Yeah, you're moving up in the world. You work hard, that's what happens. Now, where is the keep located?
Nunya.
It's in the it's on the southwest side of Homestead.
Hearthmount?
Sorry, Hearthmount. Homestead. Why did I say Homestead?
Because that is our home.
Ah,
It's burden
yes.
on the mind.
Big city, nice place. I've been there many times. Yes, I think I will be able to drop by every now and then. But besides that, I'm sure we will see each other again sometime on the road. And you see just a little twinkle in his eye.
I tip
Aw.
my salad towards him.
Always a pleasure doing business with you and sharing your company, Shay.
I do a very elegant bow.
I
When you
run up.
straighten eyes, your back just go.
I run
you
up
hear-
and hug his shin.
Bones. Crack.
Give him a shin hug.
He pats you on the head and gives you a little rub on the back and says, "Yes, it's always good to see you too, little one." And as you give him the bow, Knox, he looks over to you and says, "I don't think we've been properly introduced. New friend of these people here?"
Indeed.
Fellow traveler and member of the Swiftfoot, Knox. This is Shay. We actually had met him shortly before we had met you.
Just a little bit.
Well met, Shay.
Well met you as well. It's a bit of a coincidence how these things sort of fall together, isn't it?
Crazy.
A
My
little
line
bit.
of work, there's no such thing as coincidence.
What? Except when that is.
There's no such thing as coincidence.
Well, Shay,
Just cause and effect.
we must be off, but as I said, always a pleasure meeting you.
If you're going so soon, I wish you good travels on the road and many adventures to be had. You seem to be strapping for adventure, so I hope you find what you're looking for there.
As do I.
Yes.
Hop back on the horse and tally ho.
I'm
Yeah.
back on that ass.
I want to, I guess, get familiarized with this rope while we're journeying.
All right,
I'm not familiar with the rope or two of my time.
All right. You, spending the time with the rope, you will have to concentrate on mainly just that. So, Hingman comes up and takes the reins of your horse and just rides alongside it, kind of guiding your horse along behind his little donkey. So, you're going to have to be spending some time just solely concentrating on that. And just taking the time to kind of concentrate and look it over, really get a feel for it. You learn what you can choose whatever the command word you'd like it to be.
Go gadget rope sounded good to me.
No, come on, that was a joke. Okay, fine.
How about I am the knight?
You have to say that every single time you want to use this item.
Okay.
I'm the knight.
I am the knight.
Whoever uses this item, whenever they want to activate it, they have to say, "I am the knight."
Yeah.
Fine.
Why wouldn't you? It's common sense to me.
I could just have it go da na 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 Batman, and you have to say that every
No.
time.
Like I'm the knight better.
I am the
I'm the
knight.
knight.
Why not
sounds
just
badass.
activate?
Well, activate sounds like Power Rangers.
It's morphin' time.
I know.
That's what
It's
I'll
climbing
say.
time.
Let's just
It's climate time.
let's just
It's hammer time.
yeah,
Yeah.
You figure out that word and just that'll be it.
Yeah, let's.
Yep.
Yeah. And I want to thank Hingman for holding on to the horse and guiding him.
He's just like, whatever.
Just staring people.
Do you high five everyone we pass?
No.
Or I guess it'd be a low five.
I gotta give him one of these. Just be like,
None of them know what it means.
yeah.
It's from Kingstonia.
Yeah, it's a Hingstonian greeting.
It was a circle game, Wilson.
Yep.
So going forward, it takes you about another 4 or 5 hours, getting closer to 8, 9 o'clock at night by now. You start making your way into the village area of Ethan's Tract. You can start to see small farmhouses dot the landscape as you move towards it. Low stone walls are every so often kind of just divide up yards. They are in all the buildings and installations here are in various states of disrepair from just sitting over the years. All the buildings, a lot of the windows are smashed. And with it being the time that it is, there's not a full moon, but there's plenty of moonlight coming down through the odd clouds that kind of roll their way through the sky at this point in night.
Well,
Can we just make this our town?
Well, I think that's our mission.
should we
In some
explore,
form.
or should we just
Oh yeah.
camp for the night?
Yeah, I mean,
Let's perceive.
let's just Wilson. Can we see if there's like a decent spot to camp out for the night? Maybe like say, just like
Around the houses?
investigate some of the houses around just to make sure that it's okay for us to bunker down, not like wanting to get shanked from
Dude,
somebody crawling out of the woodwork.
I'm ready. I'm just ready to throw a fucking Swift Guard fucking flag right in the middle of the town.
Right at the top of the fountain.
It's ours, man. Yeah, right there.
All right.
All right, either perception or investigation, whatever any of you would like to roll for that.
I'm just investigating. So
I will toss out investigate as well.
17 for me.
Oh boy.
Nice.
Suck a dude.
Oh, we're all investigating.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Knox and Wainwright, you guys move off from the rest of the group. You each move off to a different building and just kind of poke your heads inside, see what's around. There's rotting and broken pieces of furniture, old tables, chairs, a couple of sitting couches. All the beds here, the straw that has once been inside the mattress is now rotten, and you don't really find anything besides a lot of cobwebs. There are a couple of odd bones just laying about that have tons of dust on them. They're very old. Hingman, as you go around and you are kind of looking just at the layout of the town in general, more than what is inside of these buildings or around them, you start to notice that quite a few of these doors of the buildings have red X's painted across them. The paint has since faded quite heavily, but it's still easily noticeable with the coloration.
Well, I would like to call attention to my dudes here. Hey guys, do you notice there's red X's painted on all the doors?
Did we notice that, Wilson?
I just
Well, as he points it out to you, you all start to pick up on the same thing. Every 3 houses out of 4 in this area have large red X's painted across the doors, the main doors to the abodes themselves. Looking further around, you can see that there are ditches on the outskirts of either side of the town. They have marks of burning inside of them. There's still a little bit of ash at the very bottom of these small pits or trenches that have been dug.
This looks dark. This looks very dark.
Could
Something
I take a
happened
stab
here.
in the dark?
Ew.
Was this some sort of attempt to contain a plague of some sort?
I
Oh.
don't know. I mean,
Doors marked with X's, ditches that looked like they had things burning in them. That makes me think, yeah, they're burning bodies to try to stop an
Yeah, that
infection or
sounds
a
about
plague
right.
of some sort.
Good God.
That's some nasty stuff.
Well,
My dad was a doctor.
you said that there was scorch marks on the houses, or like there was actually did we end up finding anything in the surrounding area that might be?
Ditches, I think he said.
You said ditches.
Yeah, the scorch marks they're inside and around the ditches. It's pretty evident that whatever burning was happening was controlled and within these small areas of where the ditches are.
We had a similar event like this happen up in Estonia.
No way.
We call it the chicken shit plague.
Okay.
It struck all our chickens. And
what I'm
they
gonna
shit
do.
themselves to death. And we marked the coops with red eggs.
Is there
Whoa.
is there like
We burned them to death as well.
kind of a town hall, or like one of the larger buildings in town, perhaps? You know, what might seem like a town hall, maybe.
There's no town hall or anything like that per se. Up in the northern side of town, though, there is a still mainly standing small cathedral or church. It's one of the more intact buildings in town, but there are still portions of it where the wall has crumbled partially, or there are broken windows, doors hanging on hinges.
There's a couple quasi-religious bastards here. I guess we could do it.
Yeah.
Well-
scope her out.
If there was burning of any kind for a plague, like you said, you better be careful, and not all, I don't think, would be a good idea to go in at once.
I'm immune to disease now, so I could take point.
Well,
I'm gonna stare at this. I'm gonna just look and see if this is a. Is this a stained glass?
how about this?
This is
I I would say probably a good idea would be 2 of us to stay outside.
I'll do it.
I'm looking at the stained glass. So
You're not going to be going inside?
no.
Okay, well, I was
So
gonna
I guess us two.
Yeah. Before I go inside, Wilson, I'm going to just on myself cast protection from poison, just on the off chance that we might run into something nasty.
Possibly.
Okay.
So I kind of give my smithing hammer a little touch, and
That's what you call it.
yeah, that's what I call it. And I just focus on that the flames of the smith's might and being able to purge out that sickness. And I ask Wainwright to lead the way.
All right.
For sure. That's
I
Purge.
It is dark out. Might I suggest a torch?
I can't sneak with a torch.
Do you have a torch?
I do have torches.
Okay, give me a torch.
I'll give you a
I,
torch.
I light it and I go in first.
Okay.
So, Wilson, I step into the cathedral with a lit torch, kind of going in and trying to see if we can maybe investigate this.
Hingman, are you in the fountain?
child.
What are you doing in the fountain?
Soaking my feetsies.
Okay.
They're dirty. They smell like sweaty Doritos.
What are Doritos?
That's a thing we have in Hingstonia.
Okay.
All right.
Doritos?
Stepping in.
Yeah.
Do I see
Dirty
anything when
clothes.
I step into the cathedral or walk through the door?
Just a perception check, please.
Ooh, I don't see shit. 5.
Ooh.
I mean, it looks like a old cathedral night. There's a couple of broken pews, a small pulpit that stands near the eastern side. Other than that, not much. It's dirty in here.
Okay.
It's dirty.
Can I go
Dusty.
check up near the pulpit and if there's anything else that might be worth looking for? Perhaps.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. You want like an investigation or something?
Sure. And as Heskar moves over to begin poking around the area, what are the rest of you doing?
Kicking ass there, huh, Isker?
I'm soaking my feetsies.
Well, I'm gonna, I guess, get myself nice and limber to try to sneak in here, cause as little noise as possible. There's a 12. And I'm gonna stand right in the middle, because that's what I imagine would
I
have
guess I
the
don't know if
least
this
amount
is
of
actually
moonlight.
necessarily the building layout that he's talking about, but
Oh, is this the building, Wilson, or?
Yeah, that is.
Okay.
There's a couple, there's a few patches in the roof that have moonlight shining through, so there's no specific area that is the darkest. There are just different patches of varying amounts of light.
Okay. I guess I'd like to sneak on over into this room here and do a little investigation.
Okay, so Heskar, what did you roll for your investigation?
a 9.
Just looking around the pulpit, you find old pieces of sermons and just different speeches or talks that have been given here about public health, public safety, various pieces of religious texts that have been quoted or studied. You do find a couple pieces of correspondence, one page from a journal describing long nights spent here in the abandoned town, and just the person who's writing the note seems to be very on edge or paranoid at the time that they are writing it. They don't list or describe any sort of imminent threat. You can just tell that the way that they're talking in kind of short statements, really overly describing some of the things around them, that they were in a state of unease to some degree when they wrote this.
Wilson, could I want to etch some small little engraving on the bottom of the doors that enter the church. I just want to put a little.
Penis.
Well, what would it be? It would be what I saw in the idol. Just a small little symbol of what I saw in the idol. Not like the complete picture. Just a small little thing. One of those
Okay.
little calligraphy or hieroglyphs.
21 shape one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you start digging into the bottoms of the door frames and the doors themselves with your knife, carving these small runic symbols. Wainwright, you find other various pieces of papers detailing finances of the church, money going in, money going out for certain benefits or events that might have been held here. There are old pieces of food that have long since rotted and just turned into piles of mush and just decomposing organic material. There's an old candle holder on the table. There's really not a whole lot in here for how long this place has been abandoned.
Gotcha. Guess I'll back out of it then.
I'll bring some beers next time.
Let Heskar know that I haven't found anything of note.
And Hingman, you're relaxing your feet in the fountain. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So shoes, your boots taken off momentarily to have a moment of relaxation. You're leaning back on your two hands with your feet kind of just dipping into the water enough, not even fully up to your ankles, just enough to get, pardon me, most of them submerged, kicking your feet just a little bit, humming the tune softly to yourself.
Killing me softly.
Am I able to maybe discern like what sort of religious worship was done here?
Yeah, you can see that many of the texts, a few mention Pelor, a couple mention Sarenrae, others mention even Bahamut, just different, generally of the good pantheon deities are mentioned in these texts. There's no specific overtones of one religion over another. You get the feeling that whenever this was in practice, whoever worshipped here, it was mainly a place of kind of, all are welcome. We celebrate more the principles and ideals of these religions than the doctrines and dogmas of these religions.
Protestants.
Diversity is the foundation of creation and innovation. And I seem to... Libations are... Well, shit, we still forgot to maybe ask Schaefer if he had any fucking wine.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm pretty sure
Shit,
between you and me, we probably cleaned out that fucking wineskin I had. But,
Real quick.
I stepped back out.
like between the wineskins that each of you had on yourselves, the one on Wainwright, of course, being filled only with water, the festivities last night have drained you a fair amount. You kept a little bit for the mild hangover that you had today to kind of hair the dog, ease yourself out of the headache stage. But by now, at the nighttime, it's back to cold sobriety again, and you are back to you find yourself wanting for the warm sort of fuzz you get when one drinks a decent amount of wine.
Sweet berry wine.
Tastes like fruit.
Do you sense anything in the area, Wainwright?
Let me
A certain
concentrate for
thing
a
that
second.
might be quite useful in this situation.
Rope.
Let me reach out with my senses and see what my justice can feel.
You give the ground a little boom.
This is one of the rare times it actually makes sense.
I just lower my head, square my shoulders, let my cloak fall over the front of me so it just looks like I'm a ghost man. And I just brood for a little bit to reach out and sense any evil outsiders or angels or anything that doesn't really belong here.
And in your brooding, you take a moment to yourself with your concentration, and in the immediate area, there are no strong pings or markers of results. in your sort of divination or search, but you do get just a very general and overlying sort of ridginess or bumpiness to the what one might call divine terrain of this area. There's nothing that you can point your finger to and say right there, but just everywhere around you there's like a weirdness or an ookiness, like something is just kind of all encompassing or present all around.
I don't know.
Gotcha.